Heavenly Father, we're so very grateful for this evening to be able to come together in our group and be able to discuss the different things to help further our project. And Father, we're also very grateful for this time of the season that we're able to remember the reasons why we're thankful for the different things that we have. And Father, to some extent, the Spirit may be with us, that we may be able to have our minds open to the different ideas that we'll be going over and trying to decide which one actually was the best one out of the different presentations from the groups in our class. And these things we say in the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
Okay, amen. I've got a delay there. So, did you get a chance to look through the projects that were posted?
I looked through them all.
Okay.
One of the groups actually took my the one of the things I did in ours, the diagram.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, really? Not even an email asking, hey, this is good, can I use it?
Right?
I was stuck on this. I was here.
Yep.
But no, this is not ours.
Honey, hold on just a second, Brian. Janai, honey, you're going to have to come back later and finish that.
I can grab it easily. It's on the ledge. I don't want it to
Okay,
fall.
grab it and set it on the dresser and then come back later. Because this is being recorded and we need to do our thing and I can't hear very well.
I'm not going to be able to make it.
You can come back later. Just relax. Okay? Do you want me to go in your room instead?
No.
I can go sit on your bed. I'll kick her out. Okay, hold on, Brian.
Stay.
Not a problem.
Okay. All right. So I'll use this room and then she can do her thing that she wants to do to make money. Yeah, I noticed that one of the group's graphics looked incredibly familiar. So grabbing the graphics from somebody else is
yeah, I was a little surprised about that. I'm like, what?
right. It's goofy. I think the one that I liked the best was what was it? The one about the gardens, the warehouse gardens.
I
Although,
did like that one.
yeah, I would pivot and I would do it in shipping containers. I gave them a link from. I have a friend whose husband does like podponics. They're shipping containers and does gardens in those. So that's what I would pivot. I think that's a good thing because you have more and more urban areas and you can't get produce to them. There's not enough land. And with the podponics, you can actually go up because you can stack those shipping containers on top of each other and just put a staircase and go up instead of out.
I think part of the challenge though is going to be the natural lighting that they were talking about.
Yeah, they're not going to get natural lighting. I wouldn't think.
I mean, in a warehouse, yeah, there's areas where there's a lot of warehouses that are not being used, but they're also not very good areas of those towns either.
Right.
And they could open it up where there's more natural lighting, but they could do that. But I think that was going to be their biggest challenge with that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have to agree that it would be very difficult to get real natural lighting in somewhere, and be able to say, oh yes, this is going to work,
Mm-hmm.
So what one did you like?
Well, I like that one. If the one about the housing would actually make those little houses they showed in the picture, I thought that would be pretty neat.
The first thing I thought of when I saw that housing one was Hoovervilles from the Great Depression. That's all I could think of was all of the pictures of Hoovervilles, and I'm just like, I think we already did this. Didn't we do this?
Well, interesting enough, there's things like that. I started my mission in Chile. My wife's from Chile, and they actually have a bunch of apartment complexes that were quite similar to that in nature. They were very basic, and what they had, and people would actually have to build on. They built them all after their super earthquake they had in '85. Where all kinds of families were displaced, so the government built these little things, so they at least had something that they could actually just build upon from there.
Right. Yeah,
that was one of those things. Let's see, what was
I could see that would run into a lot of problems with any kind of like building and city codes as well, though. Like,
The cost of it was just going to be ridiculous for them to try to get.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What were the other two?
Let me see.
Because I was going based on their orders and what I wrote down. I should have wrote down what the project actually was.
Right.
Yeah, most of them I just couldn't go no.
Yeah.
I mean, the one with the Ukraine, I just couldn't. I imagine that the principle is there. I just couldn't follow how you actually get it to happen.
Right. Yeah, I don't know how they would exactly make that work out.
You tell the government, give us your power and give it to the people. I have a hard time seeing that.
Yeah, that's kind of not going to happen. Governments don't exactly just turn over power, easily like that.
No.
So let's see what the other ones were. Somebody had posted here a summary, like just of the names of each of them. I like that.
There was one of them that only had like 3 slides. I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah, I had seen that. I was kind of like, really? So, the refugees in Salt Lake.
Yes, that one also. I had to like it because, well, that's pretty much what we're trying to do.
Right.
I think that was number 11 out of the group I downloaded.
Yeah, group
Since
11.
I just went right in order when they actually turned them in.
Right, which makes it difficult instead of it being in group order. It's just in turn-in order. I do like group 10 actually put that they're group 10 in their presentation title. That helps.
Mm-hmm. Our instructor had that problem too.
Yeah.
Because I read something that was sent in my email about it.
Yeah.
Which if I was thinking, I would have put something in ours.
Yeah, I'll change it so that when our next week is, it'll just say that we're group 13, right? I'm pretty sure we are.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Let's see here. That was number 3. Number 4.
So it looked like the only slide we were missing, I didn't realize we were supposed to have made a slide of everybody's ideas, which we were missing.
Actually,
that, so we lost some points.
I just didn't say who had which idea.
Let me see. The one I just downloaded doesn't have that first. Let me see if it has it at the end.
I thought I started with it.
I wonder if it didn't get saved in there somehow. Doesn't matter. 2 points isn't going to kill our grades. I mean, it's not for me. I have like 98% in the class, so I'm not like I'm not going to die over 2 points. I don't know about you. All right, so the 2 points would help you a lot.
Not too concerned.
As long as we get full points on the other stuff we turn in, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. So we just have to double check that we have all the slides in there this time. So as far as our group vote, do you want to vote for the refugees or the so we talked about refugees, houses, and the warehouse gardens.
Let's see, was there any other
I know Steve's group was something about food trucks. The food trucks one, they were talking about basically giving.
I thought we needed a lot of food trucks to accomplish that because they were talking about having food trucks at the bus stops.
Yeah. And I talked to him after they turned it in. There's actually already some programs that are in link with the libraries and the park systems that in the summertime they have free lunches for anybody under the age of 18.
Actually, I know in my kid's school district, they actually have some of the schools open for breakfasts and lunches.
Yeah, in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, if they could kind of tap into whatever funding is with that and then try and work with some food trucks, I guess that would work. But anyway, so yeah, we just have to decide who we like the best, and then we can jump into our own slides for this week.
Well, if we're going to choose, I mean, we probably want to stay away from the refugee one since that's also what we've
Our
done.
own, yeah.
Yeah. So I'd probably just go with the organic warehouse farms.
Okay, sounds good. We're going to go with the garden one. All right. That is good. So
Well,
going.
just make sure it's there because there's two different ones: the warehouse one, and there's also the community garden.
Oh, that's right. Let me see. I don't think I looked very closely at the community garden.
No, those take up too much space, and for them to be effective, they actually have to be in areas that have very limited space.
Yeah, I'm probably not too keen on it because there's a guy behind us that decided to try and start a community garden. He's renting a portion of a lot from somebody. I think he's paying like $700 a month. I don't even know how he's making the rent because I highly doubt he's making that in the stuff he sells. So, it's a great intention and a great idea, but in practice, it's just not practical.
I mean, I know, like, where the middle school my son went to, they actually had a community garden there, and part of their little ECAP type class where they have their announcements and everything else, they would actually work in the garden.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Broughton School one of the schools he went to had a community garden, and he really enjoyed getting to go out and go in the garden and work there. That was kind of one of the privileges they gave the kids that liked it, I guess. For some kids, it would be a punishment. Be good, or you're going to work in the garden. Okay. So we'll vote on the warehouse one, and then so for this week, it says that we need to have reviewed. Yeah, we'll do some interviews, which I have a couple family members that fall in our categories that I'll just ask tomorrow. Because my dad is an immigrant and my stepmom is retired, so I'm going to ask them about the ideas. My dad always has plenty of opinions. I don't know if they're always helpful, but he has opinions.
That's my father's dad.
I know. It's crazy, but it doesn't.
My wife says I have an excuse for everything. My youngest one, she says, you just know everything. It's like, no, dear, I relate everything back to stuff I know.
Right, exactly. It's like it all relates back. I promise. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Everything gets back to what I know.
There's a lady in our ward, we call it the 5 degrees of Ann Jones, because the woman can link herself to anybody. I'm telling you, like, she could meet somebody from Swahili, like, Zimbabwe or something, and she'd find a connection somehow. It's hilarious. So yeah, looks like we have to do that. We have to adjust our to make an MVP, fine tune our value proposition, write down who our early evangelists would be, and then make better customer segment like archetypes and market sizing. So yeah, go back in my room. That's fine. All right, have fun.
And then you can go.
Okay. Let me see what else. So for our MVP, we have to include a minimum of all the features you'd like to offer. And that's the first one. So maybe we can start with that. Let me share my screen with you so that you can see what I'm doing. Share.
Oh.
I think it's funny when you share and you've got like 600 of the same screen going in each other.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't do that.
Kind of like the music.
Okay, so there's your first one. Market size, business idea, market size, value proposition. So I put in here just a quick slide that says some of the stuff that we have to do. So there's our customer segment. So I guess we would put the MVP in here because it talks about customer segments after the MVP. All MVP features you're probably offer. Okay. So let me insert a new slide. So what do you think would be the main features we'd be looking to offer as part of it?
Well, we're starting with English. It can go into simple resume building, possibly like interview training, things like that. I mean, but it all starts with English.
Right. So at a minimum, we would need a classroom, some flyers, and a curriculum.
Yes.
And
somebody to teach.
Teacher and students.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe I can see if I can
That
find
was actually my favorite picture.
What was that?
That was my favorite picture. The two elderly people with the volunteer shirts, and they're pointing to volunteer.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a good picture to use. Let's see if we can steal a classroom layout here from online and make it part of our MVP. That could work. So copy image. And that's a little blurry.
My challenge with doing the spreadsheets is with the images.
Say that again.
It's been my issue with the spreadsheet trying to do the images.
Yeah, it's a bit of a hassle.
Because you expect them just to go in the box where it belongs, and no, just pops right in the middle.
Yeah, it's not very useful. Let me see. A lot of classrooms have gone to like having people sitting at groupings and tables, which I think could be beneficial, but I think also that a lot of times when you're at a grouping and a table, even if you're in a class of adults, you're going to end up with people chattering instead of listening to the teacher.
Exactly.
So I think that even like I could see two to a cluster, but I think more than that could be a problem. Front of the room. So maybe, I don't know, let me see. I just want to find an easy picture that's going to be easy to save. I think it was better before. Let me just see if I download this, if it'll work. All right. Okay. Hopefully it'll be better when I make it bigger this time. Not much, but whatever. If I could change it later if we need to. So MVP. Classroom. Flyers. Curriculum.
The thing I noticed with people's work was most of them didn't change the diagrams. And then they left some of the old stuff, old residue stuff from previous projects.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So do you think that we need to maybe buff that slide up a little bit and make it I probably do need to make it look better than that.
Well, yeah.
But that's the idea here. I don't know. I'll have to play with it. Maybe I'll put in a smart art. Okay. So the other thing it says for the MVP is, hold on, this one. Design the MVP of your product, include all minimum features your product would offer. Look and feel of what you're selling. We have to use it for our research interviews, so I guess we need to make it good. The next thing is like, what are the pain relievers of our value proposition, gain creators, key features, and make our value proposition a concise one-sentence statement. So I can work on the MVP later. Let's work on the value proposition together, maybe. Value proposition. Okay, so one statement. Write 3 different assumed value propositions for your business. These value propositions propose or may be altered after you review the next. Okay. So what if we make another slide? New slide. Okay, and then so concise statement. Kind of sounds like it would be a mission statement. Like, so maybe connect volunteers with non-native English speakers, or what? Or we have refugees and hold on, I guess our customer segments were refugees, volunteers, and immigrants. So I guess we could just put all of that together.
Bless you.
Thank you. Okay, so I have connect volunteers with refugees and immigrants to facilitate transition to American life by learning English and American customs. What would you change? Okay. So, and we could put some kind of a, let me see if we have a volunteers and refugees image. Images. There we go. Maybe something like that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
All right. I wish they didn't have that thing on it. Let's see. I don't think they have any of it without the watermark. How rude. Oh, well. We're going to keep the watermark. All right. Insert picture. Okay. Okay. How's that?
That looks pretty good.
Okay. So we're going to go with that then. And then the next thing, okay, so we want to talk about what the pain relievers of our value proposition is and our gain creators. So we could try and put it onto this, or we could make it a second one. What do you think? So we could put the pain relievers and gain creators under here.
It might be in a new one.
Okay, let's make a new one. Let me duplicate this though.
That's already set.
Yeah. Okay, so okay, so and then the game creator. Yeah, you know what? English. That looked good. So English skills learned, doors for employment open. Okay. So I'll take that one out. What do you think for the second one? Can you see what my thing says?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So let's scroll up. Nope, it messed it up. I'm sorry. There we go.
No problem.
Okay.
Yeah, the pain with the simulates in the U.S. would be not understanding what's going on around them.
Okay, so
Having that nervousness whenever somebody knocks on the door.
right. American.
You can go back and have one that you cut for a while.
Are
Are you still
unfamiliar.
recording?
Yeah, I'm busy. I don't know. That might be clumsy. American culture and traditions aren't familiar or are unfamiliar. Don't understand community. How about disconnected from the community? That sound good? Are you still there, Brian? I can't hear you.
The community.
Okay,
So
say that again.
people tend to live in areas where they can communicate with those that they're familiar with.
Okay.
I mean, that's why you always see refugees and others of immigrant groups tend to live near each other.
Right. So maybe a disconnect. Maybe a disconnect from the broader community.
Yeah.
Because you're right. I mean, like, you know, in East County, San Diego, El Cajon, there's so many Chaldeans. I mean, you go down Main Street of El Cajon, and 80% of the signs are in Arabic now, and that wasn't that way 20 years ago. So, yeah. Okay. So the gain improved. Improved interaction and understanding, reduced feeling of isolation. Okay. Let me.
Actually, one of those can also have a gain of building self-confidence.
Yes. So do we want to put that in?
I think that might be under the number one.
Okay. English skills learned. All right. English skills learned. Employment opportunities increase. Self-confidence grows.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So retirees share skills. So the pain and gain for 3. Retirees feel unuseful.
Yes.
and undervalued. Okay. No. Okay, it says I spelled unuseful wrong. I wonder if it should be hyphenated. There. So their gain is feel connected.
A new set of
needed. Renewed, maybe?
Yeah, renewed self-worth.
Okay, renewed self-worth. Feel connected and needed. Renewed self-worth. Sharing knowledge with those who need it most.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Very good. All right. What's next? So what are the gain creators? What creates the gains? Oh, it says, So I might have misinterpreted this because it says, what are the pain relievers of your value proposition? So what relieves the pain, maybe? And then it says, what are the gain creators?
Those are almost one and the same.
Yeah. So I'm going to make one more slide that just says pain relievers, gain creators. Like what's, or even, What if we did one that was, I mean, I could put something in here. I could make the font smaller and put something at the bottom of this slide so it's all together.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let me do that. Okay. So, reliever is knowledge. K-N-O-W.
I would think of reliever is increased community.
That's the reliever?
Yeah. Game creator is actually the classroom.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay. And then all right. So reliever is being active, maybe?
Yeah.
Or involved? Let's put involved. Main creator, service, opportunity. Okay, that look good?
Yes, it does.
Okay, and I could take these and make them a little bit bigger since that's what the point of the slide is supposed to be. It brings the focus there. Okay. So we did the value proposition in a one sentence statement. Work with your group to create a list of potential groups or segments, not people, who would be considered early evangelists. So I would think who would you think some of our early evangelists would be?
I would say more of the refugees would be.
Okay.
Because typically the refugee has more desires, has more interest in actually learning that knowledge, to be able to adapt and
right.
better themselves.
What about like community activist groups, like these groups who want us to let everybody across the border? Would those be early evangelists?
I'm sure they'll direct us to people who need to learn English.
Yeah. Let's see, community activist groups. You know what else? It would be like the welfare department, because they are going to come across tons of people who don't know English, and they could direct clients to the resource.
Like the Job Corps, the employment area of DES. Of Department of Economic Security.
Okay. Employment.
Actually, it might be the same group. I'm not sure.
I think it's all part of the same thing, yeah. But maybe like a teachers association, like a, what do I want to say? Oops. Retired teachers association of some sort.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then over here I can find some kind of a image to put on of something, I guess. Let's see. And then it says, if you haven't done so already, add your early evangelists to your customer segment block of your canvas. So why would our early evangelists be part of our customer segment? I don't understand.
Well, it seems like a couple of those are more key partner, would be partners.
Yeah, I would think so. So then maybe early evangelists are more of
the ones who would jump at the opportunity without consideration.
Okay, so then let's go back.
You don't have to twist their arms nearly as hard.
Right. Let me go back here then. One more. No, this one. Okay, so this is a key partner. This is a key partner. So,
Almost.
All right, we just have a new slide for in the future. We'll drag it to the bottom. Except for the refugees. We can take that out. Okay. Where did it go? Okay, so then we need to come up with, I guess, back to our early evangelists, which I guess it's just really our customers, which are going to be here, right? Okay. New slide. Try again. So refugees, retirees, immigrants. I can't necessarily think of anybody else who would be an early evangelist. Can you?
Not really, because we're not really trying to attract anybody else.
Right. I would say like new immigrants and new refugees, because honestly, once you've been here a couple of years,
Yeah, they already know that people bend over backwards to help them and talk to them in their language.
like maybe here less than 18 months, they maybe are still um, still motivated to learn English.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, geez, my wife's been here in this country for many, many years, and she didn't realize she needed to learn English until just a couple years ago.
Wow.
Well, I mean, she was learning a little bit through her work, but she's now discovered that she really wants to do something different and she needs more English.
Right. And so then you're like, okay, what am I going to do now? So retirees, teachers, people that are socially minded.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I can probably find some kind of picture for that. Potential groups or segments, not people. Okay, so we did that. Explain why you can consider these groups as early evangelists. So actually, let me do this.
Actually, you're still motivated to learn English.
Yeah. Okay. They're less than 18 months. Still motivated to learn English. Okay. So, and then the retirees, people that are socially minded, they would be motivated to help. They have the knowledge base. Okay. Does that look good?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So what's next? Work with your group to create. Okay, I think we just did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Explain why we did that. So number 6. Use your group of early evangelists list as above as your customer segments. We've done that.
Yes.
If you have less than 3, we don't have less than 3. Complete the following for the 3 customer segments in the corresponding section of your presentation: an empathy map, and a day in the life analysis and their pains and gains. So if we were to come here under our first one, the immigrants, we have the pains and gains, so we just need to make another slide here with an empathy map for them. Does that sound right?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So let me take this out. Maybe we can make over here something that we talk about there. their day in the life or something. Okay, insert smart art. Let's see which one I used before. We could probably use that one. That'll work. Okay, so in the middle of the empathy map, do you remember what's supposed to go in the middle of the empathy map?
I struggled with this part.
What was that?
I struggled with this part.
Okay, let me see what this has here.
I mean, I saw so many different types of them.
Oh, the user. It says, thinks, does, feel. Okay. So, immigrant. Okay. Let me make this big again, I guess. I'll have to fix that in a minute, but you get the idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's start talking about some of the things that they say, do, think, feel, etc. So I can fill those in. Says, I want to speak English better. Don't understand what people are saying. Does maybe they ask others to interpret?
Yes.
Take an English speaking friend.
And that's actually pretty true.
Yeah, it definitely, I've seen that with my family, that, you know, those that don't really speak the English, they're going to drag somebody with them everywhere they go.
Mm-hmm. I see that in my work all the time.
Yeah, I bet. Oh, they want to say this to you. Okay, so let them say it. They can't. It's sad. Okay. I don't like the way that's formatted, but that's okay. Okay, thanks. I'm tired of bothering my friends. So I have, I'm tired of bothering my friends, and I wish I could understand this paper. Does that sound about right?
Yes, it can.
What else?
Well, to me, the think and the feel is almost identical.
I know.
Because I would say they feel like people are talking about them. They feel like they're being taken advantage of. They're talking about me.
Right. Self-conscious.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe even, yeah, I just say self-conscious, and I didn't spell it right apparently. But it's not going to tell me how to spell it. That's grumpy. Okay. There's more than one way around this. There we go. Okay. So that'll need a little bit more formatting, but that's the idea there.
Mm-hmm.
And we can actually just copy this to make for the others. Drag it here, if it will. Okay. Customer segment 2.
Refugees.
Says, I think it's kind of the same thing, but I mean, I think that they would feel lost, not just like people are talking about them, but they would feels lost, out of place.
But I would think they would also would say that they wanna be able to do something with themselves.
To
Have a better life.
yeah, make a good life.
Make a better life. Don't forget to change the middle circle.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Does ask others to interpret, take an English speaking friend everywhere. That's still kind of the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
How about uses refugee center for help?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see if I can. It's irritating. Okay. Okay, thanks. I would say that they think like I'm never going to understand. What do you think?
I would think they're also thinking that they want to be able to find a better job. I mean, cleaning rooms and being a dishwasher and so on and so forth.
And even like I have too much education for this.
Yes.
Steve had a guy come to work for him one time that had a doctorate degree in his country, but was doing that here. Yep. So I would think that would be a bigger concern to them than understanding something like you know, the amount of education they have. Because if you're an immigrant, usually you're going to plan for what's going to happen, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you're a refugee, you don't really have time to plan any of that. You're just stuck. I'm going to put that there.
I was almost thinking you want to put keep the refugee like in the middle and just put the circles towards the corners.
Okay, that's a good idea. So I could do it like this, like kind of squared off a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
I thought it would be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Almost kind of like the little box thing that
we saw?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which actually, I saw the same box thing many times. But I never knew about the smart art, so I struggled with it.
Yeah, Steve didn't know about smart art either, and even when I showed it to him, he was still like, and he did other stuff. And it's hard for me, like going to school sometimes with my husband, just because I want to like push him out of the way and do it for him, but I can't. So that's just right, exactly. That's my OCD that I'm like, okay, get out of the way. I can do it faster, but that's not going to help him at all. So anyway, I'll mess with the sizing on this later because it drives me crazy how about different. So what I do when I do this is I'll like right click it and I'll go to the size and position for one of them. And then I'll write down all of the sizing for it. And then I go and make everything else the same. So it matches. And I can fix that other one later as well. In all my spare time. Okay, duplicate this slide. So finally for the volunteers, customer segment 3, volunteers.
So I'm actually fortunate this weekend since I'm off the next 4 days.
Yeah, that definitely helps. I have my whole family home, so it doesn't really give me more time.
So yeah, you're gonna be busy.
Yeah, exactly. Especially my youngest is like, she always wants to do something, and she's very much like, her love language is quality time.
Okay.
So don't spend quality time with her. You're gonna pay for it later. So
See,
sometimes it's easier to just set the.
that's one of my wives.
Is it? Oh
Yeah.
no.
She also likes to be listened to.
Yes. I think that's just a woman thing. I
Yeah,
never
it
met
could be.
a woman who's like, yeah, don't listen to me. It doesn't matter.
Well, no, she'll just want to talk and talk and talk. And it's like I'm not
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah. I have a friend that's like that, and yeah, she'll talk as long as you can possibly let her. One time within the last week and a half, she kept me on the phone for almost 3 hours, but she was having a hard time, so I just listened. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna keep doing my stuff here. So yeah. Okay. Volunteers empathy map. So I want to help others.
I want to feel useful.
I want to uh-oh. I hope that doesn't start again. My mouse has been giving me a hard time on this. Feel useful. Don't know. Okay. I can use my skills to help others. Okay. Does maybe sister.
They wake up in the morning trying to find something to do, something productive to do.
Okay. Okay. What else? Watch his prices right. Does too much time with their cats. I don't know. Has too much time.
They'll talk with other elderly.
What was that?
They'll talk with with other elderly that they know.
Okay. Okay. I would say that they also feel lost or out of place.
Yes.
And
They almost feel like they're in their grave. They almost feel dead, not doing anything.
okay, so 1 foot in the grave and lost sense of purpose. PURPOSE.
Yeah.
Okay. Thinks. Never
I
go.
plenty to offer.
I what?
I still have plenty to offer.
Oh, my finger's off. Okay. I'm never going to be useful again. I think they also have the sense of I have too much education for this. So I think in a lot of ways, like they could empathize, with refugees that come here and feel, that they don't have a purpose anymore. I think that I think it could definitely build together. Okay, I need to go back to the right slide here, the right thing here. Which one is it? Okay. We have to do a day in the life analysis and outline the pains and gains. So yeah, we did. Let's see if we did that up here.
It was a little bit further up.
Yeah, I guess that was, yeah.
So day in the life.
Yeah. So we could do another slide with we could do another smart art. So this is the immigrant. Okay. Insert smart. There was one that I liked that was kind of a flow thing. Which one was it? Cycle? Is it? No. I mean, I guess that the day in life would kind of be a cycle for them.
Yeah.
Or,
most of the immigrants that I see, they work pretty much every single day.
yeah. Cycle. This is mostly text. That's what we want. Okay. Wake up, go to work. That's not spelled right. I'll fix that in a second. Okay, try to understand instructions. INSTRU. Try and understand instructions. What else?
They'll usually see their kids doing homework and not understand it.
Okay. Oh, that would help. Okay. And then, what else?
They'll probably watch TV.
Watch TV in their native language.
Yep.
My aunt always has the TV on in Arabic, and I mean, at least she speaks good English, but my great aunt certainly doesn't speak good English at all, and could have certainly used watching some TV with English in it. Okay,
that's what I told my wife to do. To watch programs watch movies that she knows very well, but watch them in English.
Yeah, makes it
and
easy.
she'll be able to understand what people are saying completely. Read books that she knows very well, but in English.
Right. Like the Book of Mormon.
Actually, that's how I learned Spanish.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not extremely dyslexic, but enough to be really annoying. So, it really helped me when I finally read the Book of Mormon for the first time. My reading improved a ton. I was like, wow, I can read out loud better now. Like everything just made more sense. This is a horrible looking circle. I will.
Yes, it is.
Let me see if I can fix it at all.
It's almost like an egg.
Right? Okay,
I know when I went on my mission, I was struggling with actually talking.
Oh, yeah.
And so I figured I knew the Book of Mormon. I was going to read the Book of Mormon in Spanish. I actually became very fluent reading and writing in Spanish before I actually was able to really speak in Spanish.
I bet.
Mm-hmm.
Really? This thing was being really annoying. There's a reset graphic button.
Cool.
We'll go with that.
That looks really good.
All right. I don't have to fight with the graphic. We're going to duplicate that slide for everybody else. And duplicate it again for here. So let's change the name on this one from immigrant to refugee.
Now there's many refugees who don't even work, so.
Yeah. Wake up, look for work.
Wake up, hang out outside. Yeah.
wake up and kill time, hang out and kill time.
They can't help their kids with homework.
Nope. Whoops. Where'd it go? On that one? Yep. They may not even have a TV to watch in their native language. They may
Correct.
be trying to find basic supplies. I mean, finding housing, actually, they may be a big thing for them.
So instead of hanging out and killing time, finding ways to take care of necessities.
On just behave.
Housing and food and everything else.
Okay. Okay. Go to bed and do it all over again.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So wake up. Watch Price is Right. I don't know, maybe they would garden some or
Probably read the newspaper.
And then maybe go to store or community center.
Yeah. Play the lottery.
Right. Cook dinner for one.
Well, cook dinner, I would just say, because they might be married still.
Yeah. That's true. Cook dinner. Watch TV. Okay. And then go to bed and start over again.
Pretty much.
Okay. All right. Let's see what else we have to do still. Delay in life, outline customer pains and gains. Okay. Work with your group to expand your understanding of the market for your business. Record the following market sizing information. Whoa, my thing just scrolled on its own. Where was I? Nope, not that.
Higher up.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
Track the market.
Determine ventures market size. Identify all of your market sizing. I really wish this would stop doing that.
Hopefully we can find some information online.
Yes.
It's going to be tough actually asking people this weekend.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think that we got a bunch of the market sizing stuff. I think that we had a good amount of detail already. Let's see what we have.
The part is just picking a city to focus on.
Yeah. Channels, partners, resources, activities. Okay, so maybe we didn't have the market sizing. Oh, it's up here. Okay.
There you go.
So refugees in 2016, foreign born. Let's see the city with the most refugees. Okay, U.S. immigrant population by metropolitan area.
Oh.
So yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
You go to the San Diego area. Southern California has a ton.
Philippines.
So there's a lot from the. I wonder if this is specifically Filipino immigrants.
No, I'm sure if you scroll over some of the others, it would give numbers.
Maybe. No, it's still the Philippines. Is there a setting on this? Okay, there we go. Country of origin. That's why. So if we were looking through Iraq, let's see what we get there. I'm quite sure you'd have like, yeah. So you have Detroit and still San Diego.
Looks
So
like San Diego's the place to be.
yeah, we got a lot of immigrants here.
And there's a lot of them getting ready to try to cross the border too.
I know, that's gonna be so fun. Not really. It's
That's
ridiculous.
upsetting the residents of Tijuana.
It's ridiculous. Let's see, Iraq. Oh, good, they gave us a thing now. So Europe. I think that we have a lot of people from Africa. Asia, Africa. Let's just do Africa in general.
Yep. Still a decent number there.
Yeah. San Diego County has 17,000 from Africa. LA County has 72.
But of course, that has so many people.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I wonder what percentage of population. That's a good thing to look at. So that's 0.5% of the population. San Diego, it's also 0.5%. Let me go back to look at Iraq again. Um, 0.7% of the population.
Actually, it's number 2.
Yeah. So,
Iraqi immigrants.
yeah, number 1 is Dearborn, Michigan. There's tons. I asked my dad how that happened, and he's kind of like, well, a family moved, and then they had more family move. And I'm like, well, how'd they get into San Diego? He's like, well, a couple people came to visit over here, and then they liked it. So they stayed and had their family come. Okay.
Well, not only that, I mean, we understand the federal government will actually ask communities if they're willing to take refugees.
Uh-huh.
And I'm guessing Michigan said, up there in Detroit said, yeah.
Yep.
We'll take the Iraqis.
Yep.
I'm not sure if the Iraqis are really happy to be there in the cold, but
I can't imagine why they would want to live there. It's so different from their climate.
I know there's a large Somali population in the Twin Cities.
Oh yeah, there's a lot here now too.
Well, I mean, you can understand in the southern part of the country because our climates are are similar to theirs.
Right. Let's see. Wow.
Yeah.
San Diego, Somalia.
That's 3,000.
It feels like a lot more than 3,000. There's a lot of them that are converting to the church. My kids complain though because they come to the dances and they have no idea of personal hygiene at all. So
Oh, jeez.
it's really, really bad. I mean, like
Let's
this.
see
It's
there was, oh my goodness, it was about a week ago. We were someplace, and this woman from Africa walked by us, and my wife went ballistic.
Oh, I bet.
It's like, oh my goodness.
What are you thinking? Asia, 290,000. Okay. Well, I think that, I mean, if you're good with saying San Diego for an area.
There's a lot of immigrants and refugees.
Yeah. So, and we can cite our source. Let me get this source cited here. Sign in. Web page. Metropolitan policy. No migration. Okay. I wonder if we can get, like, maybe if we do one just from the Middle East. That even Nope, that doesn't count. Wonder what they have Iraq under. Asia. Western Asia. Okay. There we go. So, yeah, well, it doesn't look like as much when you have Western Asia as it does when you have other areas, but
oh, there's a little blip to the west of Tucson. That's interesting.
Yeah. Come on. It's giving me a hard time now. Oh, here, let's just do total and see what we get. Is this Tucson right here? Let's see.
No, that's Sierra Vista. That's about an hour away from here.
Here you
Tucson.
are. Okay, so you have 129,000 immigrants in Tucson area.
Yep.
Which is 12%. That's a pretty high percentage. We have 23%. LA has 33%. So it is a lot. Okay, let me take a screenshot.
Strange. I didn't think Tucson was that far west in Arizona, but okay.
Yeah, their circle may have it off. Different screen.
Yeah, Sierra Vista is about an hour's drive from here.
Yeah. Let me just do a new slide. Customer relationships, channels. So I guess maybe up here.
Bless you again.
Thank you. My allergies are not happy tonight.
So that means, geez, 130,000 refugees in the Tucson area.
That's a lot of people. Not all refugees, just immigrants total.
Yeah, immigrants still.
So that would include your wife.
That means it's more than one. That means more than 10% of our metropolitan area.
Yeah.
Because for my other class, I have to do a business plan, and data says there's about 940,000 people in the metropolitan Tucson area.
Yeah.
Which I was shocked. I didn't think there was that many, but.
Do you think, oh, I know what I can do to make it work. Okay. I was going to say, do you think I could get rid of that part there, but I can put our information over that. Send to back. There we go. Because then in that area there, we can put our text and it should look okay, I hope. Oops.
Because actually, you can even make it a narrow strip. Or it's
Yeah.
just one version.
Okay. So target market. Okay, so oops, what happened? Okay, let's try again. Somalia is 3,000. Africa. I guess Somalia is part of Africa.
Yes, it is.
Africa is 3,000.
You want Western Asia?
Yeah, let me go back and get the Western Asia there. And we could even then just do like Western Europe, Eastern Europe, Asia, Western Asia. Uh, 36,000. I feel like that number is a little under, but I guess that it's not counting the people that are born here from them, you know, it's just the immigrants.
Are you done?
No, I'm not done, sweetheart. What's that number again? 30, did I say 36?
36,000.
Okay, 36,000. We could even do
You
maybe
can do Southeast Asia,
Southeast Asia.
which will probably be a big number.
Asia. Oh, there's all of Asia, huh? Okay, South Central Asia, Eastern Asia, Southeast Asia. Oh yeah. 153,000.
There you go.
Okay. And you could even do Europe because we've got a lot of like Russians and stuff as well now. 61,000. Okay. So total, let me change this. Total available market in San Diego. Let's see if we've had all of it. Let me get all of it again. Total. Uh, 766,000 people. That is a lot of people.
Almost as much as Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah. I would say for the served available market that we would be looking more at like the what do I want to say? I don't know, the Middle Eastern areas, maybe more, I don't know. It's hard to say. I guess that we could say how many refugees came last year, but I don't think there's a thing that says refugees in San Diego.
Mm.
That's just
No,
total. Let's just make an assumption that maybe 10% want to learn English.
Okay. That's an easy calculation.
Right. So it'd be 76,600.
Yep.
Okay. Let's save that. I need to put my citation on there because that I probably will forget. And I hope you don't mind staying on the call this long.
I only have a couple of things I need to do before I get my wife from work.
Okay. We'll finish up real soon here. But at least if we get most of it done together like this, I feel like it's just easier. And then we don't have to come back to it when we don't have time or when, you know, I don't know. That's my thought.
No, sounds good.
All right. Well, that's opening. Let me see what else we have to do still. Got all that. Make new adjustments to your canvas in a different font or color so that your instructor can see. Okay, so I don't think we have.
Based off of any interviews we might do.
Yeah, so we have to do the interviews and then make adjustments off of that, I think. Okay, not now. One of these days I'm gonna have to actually install that. All right. So, insert text box. I think my kids are out there watching Doctor Who. There's all sorts of noise. Okay. Okay. There we go.
Too cool.
Okay. So did that. Adjustments to the canvas we can do after we do our interviews. Complete research by conducting the interviews, documenting the pivots. As a group, prepare a new Word document to record notes of the interviews, including the name of the interviewee and the feedback they offer. Each group member should interview 2 to 3 people. As a group, discuss the interview results and determine if you'll make any further pivots in your presentation. We can just do that through the chat if you want.
Yeah.
And see if there's any kind of pivots we want to make. You could interview your wife because she's an immigrant.
Yep.
So there's one for you right there. And, you know, if you have anybody you're going to see over Thanksgiving that's retired, ask them some questions. And then that will cover it. So I wonder if we can, I guess I can email this to you. And then I know they said to do a Word document, but maybe we can just add a slide at the end for those thoughts, and then I can switch it to a Word document at the end. Or do you know how to do a SharePoint by any chance?
I do not.
Okay. I'll look at that, and if I see how to do it, I'll send a link to you. Otherwise, I'll just send you the document itself. So is there anything else that you can think of that we need to cover with this tonight?
Not that I can see.
Okay. All right. Well, if you think of anything else, let me know. We'll stop the recording, and I'll post the link for the recording a little bit later just in case we need to refresh our memories of anything.
Okay, sounds good.